residents of Los Santos. You are listening to radio station Life Invader, and today we are here with the governor of Los Santos, Governor Poppy. Poppy, why don't we start with how you came to work in government?
Oh, good evening, everyone. That story goes back a very long way. I came to the city, and on my first day, I met a man called Anson Pickens. He was interested in writing law for the city, and more importantly, was looking at starting the Congress. And yeah, after 2 or 3 days, depending on who you ask, he hired me as the first adjutant of the House of Congress. And we actually ended up writing the Congress laws, which is what we know as Article 17 of our Civil Code right now. So that's where I've been ever since. As a judge, adjutant, Supreme Court judge, and then most notably as the Attorney General for, well, a very long time under 3 different governors.
Nice. So you have a pretty long resume in government, and you know I have to ask you what's with the white suit.
Oh, that actually was a thing that we did with Congress, and it so happened that Supreme Court judges also wore white suits, so it eventually became just the thing everyone in the Department of Justice did. At least the judges and the Attorney General. So I never changed it. I actually actively encourage people to wear the white suit wherever possible. I mean,
Nice. Well, I have to say it's really stylish. So let's switch back gears then. How did you become governor? Talk to me about your road to that.
well, I stepped in as an interim governor just to keep government going, and that persisted for quite some time. There was very little by way of political activity in the city, and no candidates were really emerging for a true election to be had. And eventually I just went, okay. I mean, it felt a bit like applying for a job I already had, but I at least wanted to make it official. Sort of get the people's agreement that I was at least doing a good job. I mean, if they felt I wasn't, then yeah, that was something I was willing to accept. But thankfully, they voted for Poppy, and that's uh, that's how I came to be official governor.
Nice. Well, I know at the start you were going through kind of your resume and what led you throughout the ranks in government all the way to governor. So can you quantify about how long you've worked in government based off all of that?
Uh, that that would be difficult. Sort of. I mean, all I'll say is, yeah, it's been a very, very long time, and 4 different governors before, and then some of which had extended terms, and then, well, obviously now my extended term.
Okay, so we'll just say for the viewers a very, very long time, you know?
Well, I've never worked in any other organization in the city. I've been in government from day 3, day 2, depending on who you ask, through to now. So, sort of when we have a change of administration, I try and make sure I'm the first one through the door after the governor themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's move to a more serious note. I know you've obviously heard about the allegations made by Jack Hunter and more of the aggressive actions that he's trying to take in the city by becoming a terrorist and enacting terrorist acts. What is your response to that? And is there anything that the government is actively doing to kind of stop what he has planned?
Well, the Department of Justice and the FIB are investigating and looking into the matter. I mean, threats are one thing. Uh, Actual action and harm to citizens of the state, that is a very different matter, and that is something we will take very, very seriously. So we have measures in place, but we're not going to allow a mere threat to disturb or hinder the lawful conduct of the business of state or even the rights of citizens. We will not accept that as a government, and we will do everything in our power to protect the people of the state.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But just yesterday, there was a report made that he was around the Capitol area. What was your response to that, or what was the Capitol's response in him being actively out in public?
Well, I mean, the security measures were increased. Any threat that or possible presence. Now, whether that sighting was 100% correct or was the result of hysteria, I mean that remains to be seen. We have
Yeah, and it's
we have dealt with false reports of activities by him, and that unfortunately is going to be a thing that we do have to deal with. That I mean, if we allow hysteria to take hold, then yeah, we'll be chasing ghosts.
true. I agree. Well, really, the last question I have about the whole Jack Hunter terrorism thing is there a specific plan in place to just capture Jack by chance that you care to let the people of Los Santos know about?
I mean, as a former attorney general, I'm very aware of the law, and sort of any investigations, discussion of investigations, plans, classified operations, that is something we cannot discuss. So I'm sure the citizens would love to know that we are doing something about it, but all I can say is we are, but we cannot give specifics. That would compromise the actual investigation and any actions we would take.
Okay, I appreciate that answer, and I'll just kind of open the last bit of the interview up to you. If there's anything that you just want the viewers to know, or any thing you want to express, I'll open the floor up to you and let you speak to that.
No, I think nothing at the current time. I will be doing a press release regarding new legislation, and that will be coming out soon. And the Department of Justice has been working hard to amend and add new protections and new legislation, including a Bill of Rights for the very first time.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the interview with Governor Poppy. Stay tuned for any more developing stories regarding any other actions that government has taken towards the terrorism attack and anything else going on in the city. Have a good night, citizens of Los Santos.